Hi guys, welcome back. It's nice to see you again. Today I'm reacting to Halloween Horror Stories by Mort. If you know me, you know I love me some Mort, some Mr. Creepy, some Horror Shorts Party. I love scary animation. Me and my kids can sit and watch those things for hours. But anyway, I don't feel good today, so my video is not going to be that long. I'm not even going to act like I'm in the best of mood when I'm not, so let's just get into it. Let's get into it. Why are you still here?
20 years ago, when I was 5 going on 6, I dressed up as Pennywise the Clown for Halloween. I wore the costume all day due to my school letting us wear them for parties in our classes. When we were dismissed from school, my father met me with a pleasant surprise. He was dressed in a yellow raincoat and had a hat on, and he was Georgie from the movie It. He held my hand as we went to the car, then we drove home. A few hours go by, and my father took me out to go trick-or-treating because my mother wasn't feeling too well. The night went on as scheduled, kids bombarding doors for candy, teenagers scaring each other, and parents losing their kids. Everyone loved our costumes. Again, I was Pennywise the Clown and he was Georgie from the 1990 It. My father held my hand in between each house and waited at the end of each driveway. One house took longer than others, and I remember that I was very anxious. Once I received my candy, I remember that there were more people than usual, and I had to run through a crowd to get to my father. I reached him, held his hand, and off we went, but it was the opposite direction of where we initially were going. I didn't think anything of it because of how young I was. We went down one of the dark back streets where our garbage was picked up for some reason, and we were walking unusually fast. I remember that I said, "Daddy," but my father started moving faster and didn't answer me. Then all of a sudden, I heard my name yelled out from about 25 yards behind us, and it was my father's voice.
So who are you with?
I looked back and it was my father. I looked up at the person that I was walking with, and he had on the same costume as my dad, but when I looked closer, I noticed it wasn't him.
He should have walked there with you, not waited.
I looked at my dad and yelled out to him. The man then let me go, and as soon as he saw my father, he started running, and my father was running full speed at us. The man took off down the alley, then through a backyard. My father reached me, and he was out of breath while he was hugging and kissing me, also asking me if I was okay. My father called the cops and explained to them that he lost track of me in a huge crowd at one of the houses and that there was some sick guy roaming our neighborhood. Once we got home, he told my mother everything that happened. He told her that a crowd gathered and some random guy with some costume the same as him walked up to him while I approached the porch. He told her that the guy said I was a cute kid. They wanted to just snatch me up in a joking manner. Then the crowd gathered even more, and he lost track of me until he saw us turn the corner onto the back street, and that's when he started to run after us and yell my name. Now looking back, I bet my father was losing his mind and probably wanted to kill that guy when he saw us together. Until this day, I'm grateful that my father found us when he did, because who knows what would have happened to me.
That's so crazy. First of all, his daddy should have never let him go to that house by himself. He should have never waited at the end of the driveway for him. You need to walk your child to the door. Like, what if someone would have opened that door and snatched your baby in that house? You'd have been looking crazy. I don't trust nothing or no one. Sorry. Next video, please.
When I was a kid, I loved Halloween. I went trick-or-treating up until I was 12. My last time going trick-or-treating, I went with my friend Drew. He loved Halloween as much as I did. This Halloween, everyone seemed more wild than usual, but it was Halloween and that's how teenagers act, I guess. We went to a house that had a flashlight lit on the front porch, but no candy.
First of all, why
we noticed that everyone stopped at the end of the walkway. They kept walking past the house once they noticed that there wasn't any candy. Not us. I told Drew we should check it out. Or should just let these people know to turn their light off because it's confusing people. Approaching the house, we noticed that none of the lights were on in the house. As Drew was set to knock on the door, one of the front windows raised just a little bit, and the blinds moved back about an inch. Drew put his hand down, and the both of us looked at the window. Then the voice said,
"Hey, just come in for the candy."
The door opened a bit, and by surprise, Drew walked in like a dummy. I asked him why he was going in, and he said,
"Hide your kids."
"I want some candy." As he turned to answer me, someone put their hands on his mouth. I immediately ran forward to help him, then I heard multiple voices yelling, "Grab him." The door shut. I could hear wrestling sounds. Drew was fighting these guys. I started yelling, screaming, and banging on the door, but I couldn't get in.
Ain't the window still
I didn't have a
open?
cell phone, so I ran down the street asking people to help, and that my friend was in trouble. Everyone laughed and were telling me that they're not falling for it. I got a block away and I ran to a police officer. I told him what was going on, but he was very skeptical due to it being Halloween.
Oh yeah, they
He
play
put
live
me in his car,
tricks.
and I showed him where the house was. As we were pulling up to the house, I saw my friend's body on the front lawn with people just walking past. I started yelling and screaming to the cop that it was my friend and he needs the help. The police officer believed me once we got up to my friend. He was bloody. Luckily, he was alive. But those guys, the police officer told us that the house was
Sorry guys, my recorder just turned off, so back to it.
abandoned. And that's why we didn't notice any lights on. My friend is pretty much scarred for life, especially being that people were walking past him as if he were a Halloween ornament and laughing. But luckily, that cop listened to me. And honestly, I haven't celebrated Halloween since.
That's crazy. Hey guys, I'm actually going to end the video here. I'm not feeling good. I'm about to go lay down. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and all that extra good stuff. See you next time. Bye.